All right. Well, let's go into our final category for this week, and that is best. Oops, there it is. Best Nintendo game of the year.
That's a lot more than
Did
I
I
thought.
just kick Jeff off the call by accident?
Well,
I think he muted and
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Well, he'll rejoin us,
Yeah.
or he's like, I hate Nintendo. I'm out of here. Who knows?
probably
Yeah, maybe it's a bit. I don't know.
It's
Derek showing up for the Nintendo
possible.
part is fun.
Yeah, that's funny to me too.
So Nintendo, I think, had a pretty solid year. I think they put out some really cool games. They put out some games that I don't care about, but they also put out more that I care about compared to the previous year. 2020 was a tougher year for me because we had stuff like Animal Crossing that are huge Nintendo hits that have so many fans, including both of you, that I just can't get into. So 2020 wasn't as strong of a Nintendo year for me personally.
Yeah.
2021, though, I'm looking at this list now. I think there's some really, really good stuff here. So I don't know that we'll have
Metopia, right? That's what you're talking about.
Dude, my eyes
is
went
it?
right to Metopia. Hey, there he is. Here's the biggest Nintendo fan.
Yeah,
Derek's
I'm so
here.
glad the biggest Nintendo fan showed up for this.
It won't listen, man. It won't hurt my feelings if you decide to leave once you realize the last category we're covering tonight is Nintendo. So, and then we're moving on to others. But you only have yourself to blame because I said it.
I'm happy to see you. All the
Yeah.
same.
Oh no.
What are we doing?
So we're doing best Nintendo. There are a whole bunch of games here. If I got some wrong, if for some reason they did come out on another console, let me know. But here are the rules that I set forward for most console exclusives. If it came out on PC and mobile as well, either or, I still consider it a console exclusive. For me, it's more about, especially because the concept of our podcast when we launched it, when Dan and Derek and I launched it, was Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. How do we create a really fun dynamic between those main three console creators and those environments, while also talking about PC games and general third-party stuff at the same time? So we still like maintaining the best console exclusive of the year. They're just very different environments. So that's what this is meant to be. If there's something on here that you're like, this doesn't belong here, it was also on Xbox or on PlayStation, just let me know. But I'm pretty sure I went over these 2 days ago, and as far as my Googling could tell me, it seemed like these are all Nintendo exclusives.
Yeah.
So I won't read them all off to you. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the list now. But we'll just go around, and if there's any that you want to say, hey, this needs to be somewhere considered for our top list, just name them off. Derek, welcome to the show. I'll let you start first. What Nintendo game needs to be considered for their best of the year?
Monster Hunter Rise.
All right.
Yes.
Dan?
Metroid Dread, of course.
Kyle?
Bravely Default 2.
All right. Jeff?
Dude, I played like 5 of these. What do you want me to say? Eastward.
Eastward, there you go. All right. I'm gonna throw. I haven't even played it, but I'll put Shin Megami Tensei 5 over. That has to be on there. I just haven't played it.
Move it over.
Derek, any others on here that you feel like we need to include?
So it's a top 10, right? So
yeah, top 10.
Throw Cruise and Blast over.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Dan?
Dude, Busta Fellows. Have you seen the Kyle Bossman thing on Busta? No?
Yeah,
I haven't.
yeah. If you have Bustafellas on your list.
I haven't played it, but I think you liked it a lot, Tim, right? Monster Hunter Stories 2? Or
yeah, I played through the demo as long as it would let me. That was really good.
Okay. Yeah, throw that on there.
Okay. Kyle?
No More Heroes 3.
There it is. I knew one of you played it. I couldn't remember who it was. Okay. Jeff?
Dreamscaper.
Hey, I just got to give a shout out to my wife real quick. She just delivered me a chocolate chip oatmeal cookie bar.
What?
Oh, nice.
Wife of the year.
She's trying to get you fat, bro.
They're still warm.
Wow.
Nice.
Wife of the year, right?
Oh
Magic.
my goodness. Holy crap. All right. That's amazing.
Get
Okay.
you fat.
All right. I missed
Trying
the
to get
last
you
one because
fat.
I was distracted. Yeah, she was trying to get me fat. That's all right. That's a good way to do it. I missed after No More Heroes 3. What did we say?
I said Dreamscaper.
Dreamscaper. Yeah. That's a good one. Any other ones? Just throw them out there if you see any others. Who cares
Nobody
about
cared about Mario Golf or Mario Party.
I didn't play them.
I mean, I like Mario Party, but I don't
What
know
about
if
Snap?
it's...
You played Snap, didn't you, Dan? Is that not?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to. I would say WarioWare probably slightly above those two, if I'm going to be
Okay.
honest.
All right.
Yeah, let's just move them over.
Because
for
it's just
consideration.
quirky and
Move,
stuff.
Yeah, 'cause they're
move Snap over
Nintendo
to
titles,
PS.
so-
Sure.
I did not play Mario Golf. It's been one of those ones that I keep meaning to, try out. But did anyone else play it to even talk about it at all?
Yeah, I played it, but I just didn't like it that much.
Nobody liked it. Like, I feel like this is one of the most like rejected Nintendo games of the year, really.
I'm
This is
moving
Mario
Loop
Golf.
Hero over, even though I don't think
Sure.
it'll make the list. We'll see.
I played Road 96. That's like a Telltale type of game. It's not best though. It's not in that category. It's decent if you like the Telltale type stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
My son played the demo for Game Builder Garage. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a charming little like beginner's guide to programming, basically. Like, it's cute. It's a cute little coding thing,
Yeah.
but not necessarily worth. Dan, you played Mario Party. Is that worth considering as a best Nintendo game of the year, or is it truly kind of just a rehash of old Mario parties?
Well, yeah, because again, I would say WarioWare, if you're gonna pick one of those type of games, because they're fairly similar party games, I would say keep WarioWare and we can skip Superstars.
Yeah, WarioWare has a unique nature to it. Right?
It is.
It's
Superstars
wacky.
is fun, and again, it looks really nice, like kind of the sort of updated visuals of these classic boards. But yeah, I would say WarioWare is it's just quirky, so it just kind of sticks out more to me. So
Okay. All right. Well, then there you go. There's our selection for best Nintendo. Do we even have 10 there? Let's see.
Yeah, that's 10. That's more than 10.
All right, cool.
Like 13 or something, isn't it?
Excellent.
something.
So at least we'll have to make some cuts. That's good.
So we'll just leave it like this, right? This is our top 10. Gratefully default at the top.
That's totally it. All right. So what are some of the obvious ones that we don't even need to really debate because they'll be in the top 10? We don't have to cut them, like Metroid Dread,
Metroid
and
Dread. Yeah.
and Monster Hunter Rise, right?
Yeah. Shin Megami.
Shin Megami Tensei, is that an obvious one?
Yeah.
I think. Bravely Default 2. A couple of you have played that now, right?
Derek, you seem like you're actually enjoying that. Is that still the case, or?
Yeah, but I played it on Master Race, not on Switch, bro.
Okay.
But
Well,
how is it?
Wow.
very happy for you. I'm
like-
asking
do
you
you
how
like
it
it?
is, not what you looks like.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's Bravely Default. If you don't like Bravely Default, stop playing games.
That's fair.
Sure.
That's generic. I don't
It's
like
very
it.
blunt.
I played the demo, didn't like it, so you can suck it. I'm right, you're wrong.
Listen, I'd like to suggest that No
Nonsense.
More Heroes 3 has to be in the top 10 for Nintendo games this year, right?
Sure.
I didn't even play it, but is that crazy?
It's weird as hell, and it should just be there. Just do it.
I feel like it should be up there. Same with Cruise and Blast. Like, I know it didn't review amazing, but it's exactly what you expect. It's the cruising games.
It's
Which, by
on
the
sale
way,
right now for $20.
I have
So,
heard that they're talking
Year?
about doing the full trilogy of cruising games and bringing them over, which would be
Yeah.
cool. Like Cruising World, Cruising USA. That'd be awesome.
That'd be your yeah.
Okay. I think based on our conversation on indie games, because that's what you've missed so far, Derek, by the way, was you missed indie games. So I know you're sad about that.
I'm really upset.
I feel like Eastward should
Devastated.
probably be on our list based on the fact that
I
it's
agree, honestly, with Eastward.
so good.
Yeah.
Which means let's see, Pokemon Snap, WarioWare, those are pretty major Nintendo games. Are we not
Yeah.
including those? What do you think?
I feel
I
like
didn't-
WarioWare should be
We
up there.
need
I didn't even
three
play it.
more. I would say Monster Hunter Stories.
So good. Yeah. Although
Is
I
it
didn't
really
play
that
it.
good?
all the way. It's, I mean, if you like JRPGs, it's amazing.
I love it. Yeah, I remember playing the first one, just being I don't know if something didn't click about it, but everybody loves this demo or this game.
I've only played the demo, so I can only speak to that. But boy, is it good! It was really high quality. So
All right.
I mean, it's something I'll probably get on PC as well, but
Yep.
I mean, I'm fine putting it in a top 10 when you really don't have a lot of like clear cut games. And I don't even think as a group we've played 10 games.
I don't
is
think
true.
so.
No.
This is
No.
true.
Like, I think
So that's-
we've all
that's
played
why
like the same 5 or 6.
that's kind of why I want to put Pokemon Snap on the list because I just feel like, oh, that's Nintendo. It's Pokemon. They got like, am I
Yeah.
crazy? Is that? I don't know.
No, that's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6,
I mean, you
7,
can leave it
8.
at the bottom. Like I
Yeah, so
didn't.
those two are like, yeah, that's it. That's 10, right?
Because again, I enjoyed my time with it. Like my wife really enjoyed it, but like when you finish it, it's just like, oh, okay, so we're
My
done.
wife. Sorry.
My wife.
I'm very, very topical, guys. I'm
All
on
right,
it.
so if we had to order a couple of these here, I think Dan, you're the only one who's played Pokemon Snap, and you're not
Yeah,
really
that could stay at the
championing it.
bottom. That
So
could
that's
stay at
probably
the bottom.
WarioWare, Jeff, you played it, and Dan, you played it, right?
No, I didn't play it.
I played the
that stuff
demo.
sucks.
Like it was
Oh, really?
WarioWare. Yeah.
Okay.
WarioWare. That can probably go right below. Yeah, like ninth spot, I would say.
Okay.
I didn't know there was a demo. I should try that.
I should try it too.
I don't know. I don't know if I love like you like choose your cursor and like your character is your cursor. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah,
like,
so each character has like a certain unique mechanic. Like they'll move differently or like do
so it
certain
kind of
things.
changes every mini game and that.
Yeah. But
I
some
don't
of
know
them
if I
are
love
just some of them feel like throwaways. Like some of them are just kind of like oh, we have like so many characters. This one does this, I guess, and it's just kind of useless. Some of them are definitely just better to use. So
I'm like shocked that somehow Pokemon Snap is worse than that. So, but I haven't played it, so like I just take your word for it, you know.
Yeah, Dan, it kind of comes down to you for these spots, WarioWare and Pokemon Snap. Like
you can leave it as is.
Right.
It's not a matter of like worse. It's just kind of like I mean, WarioWare is
it's a better time.
It's just more unique. So
okay, yeah, I'm here for that. Yeah.
I would put Eastward above Monster Hunter Stories 2. That's just because I like that style of game better. I like an action RPG better than I do a turn-based JRPG personally. That's just my personal preference.
I think it's nobody's really played Monster Hunter Stories, so I think anybody who's played Eastward, if they like it, it has to be.
Yeah, Jeff and I liked it a lot. I didn't play Cruise and Blast though. Who played it, and is it exactly what I expect?
I played it. I own it, and it's fun. It's a fun arcade racer. It's worth. I mean, I wouldn't put it top 5, but it should be at a 6 at least. So it can be under. It could be under Eastward if you guys love Eastward more. But other than that, I didn't care. I never tried Eastward, so I would rate Cruise and Blast ahead of it.
I'm moving it there for now, just because what you missed a little earlier was Jeff and I talking probably a little too much about how much we liked Eastward. Really cool game.
Okay.
But Kyle, tell me about No More Heroes 3. I know it's not a perfect game by any stretch. I know it's super quirky and wacky, but is that alone enough for it to does it belong in the top 5?
I think it's got some of the best like boss fights like in modern like gaming right now. Like it's the whole thing is like a boss rest mode almost. There's like some bad guys you fight obviously in between, like as you're kind of walking there. But like the big main events are these like gigantic, ridiculous boss fights, and all of them are super different. It's really cool, you know. It's just like it's a particular style and like it's a particular flavor, and this flavor is a hard one to swallow for a lot of people, I would say. In terms of its like storytelling and like jokes and stuff like that. So,
even the trailers, I was like,
dude,
what?
The trailers are so anime. Are the cutscenes like that, or was that just
the whole game is like it's an ode to anime. Like the main character is an otaku who like orders a lightsaber off of eBay, and he's like, I think I'm gonna become a hitman, and like he becomes the world's greatest hitman, and now he's fighting aliens. Like that's the whole story.
Sure.
He's a womanizer, so it's a lot of like old jokes that like woke people probably won't like, but it's a great game.
I was gonna say, Derek, you would love this.
Yeah, it's Derek's number 1, so we should probably put it up there.
Does it belong below Shin Megami Tensei and Monster Hunter Rise? Below those?
Shin Megami Tensei is my number 1 out of all of these.
Okay.
But I know I'm probably the only one who's played that too. So
I have it. I've played it.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, maybe we can.
But I like the Shin Megami games, but I'm not. I mean, you guys know, like I like RPGs, but I'm not, unless it's an action RPG. I'm not gonna stick with it. Yeah. So it's not gonna be my number 1, but I would put it above No More Heroes and
Bravely Default.
I would put it right around Bravely Default.
Yeah, I maybe right above, like, because they're the same type of flavor of game. They're old school turn-based RPGs.
And I think it just comes down to like what you prefer, and I'm going to prefer Bravely over it. But Kyle's already said Shin Megami's his number 1. Bravely Default, I'll already say it, is not my number 1.
Okay.
I would say Shin Megami, like from what I had seen, because I haven't played it, is probably slightly higher quality than Bravely Default.
It's very high quality.
if you like Persona and you like the Shin Megami games, then you're absolutely going to like 5.
And it's definitely not like Persona at all. So everyone who is trying to play it and they're like, can't wait to play this new Persona game, like they don't play like that even kinda. So you're not dating anybody. There's no time for that.
Damn it.
Did Kyle, you and I played a little bit of Rise together. Anybody else play Monster Hunter Rise? I thought that was
amazing.
I mean, just a demo.
I thought that was they did an amazing job of bringing the Monster Hunter world experience down into a handheld, and I thought they really did a great job with it. It's got some limitations here and there, but nothing that took away from my experience. I thought it was a blast. I played.
The traversal is awesome in that game. Like
you ride a doggy, right?
You
got a dog.
Well, and there's like a whip, like right? Isn't there like
Rise is my number one. That's my number one.
Rise, I would happily put any weapon that 1, 2, 3 area. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so it's safe to put Bravely Default down here at that 4 spot, right above No More Heroes 3.
Okay.
Then it's these 3.
Anybody else play Metroid Dread?
Yeah, I played it.
I played Metroid Dread.
I finished it.
All right, that's good.
Oh, that's right. Dan did finish it because he bragged about it, like overcompensating a little.
Because I'm a pro gamer.
Yeah, Dan's the pro gamer of the group.
Hey, Derek.
Small penis.
Can you remind me that I finished Sekiro before you guys?
Yeah. I actually beat it before you. I just cheated. Like.
It was around the same time. Bro. It was around the same time. It was for.
All right, so Dan, give me your pros and cons of Metroid Dread, and then I don't think you've played Monster Hunter Rise or Shin Megami, so I know it's hard to compare those, but just give me your pros and cons in general for Metroid Dread.
I mean, Metroid Dread, as far as just the series, like I think it's feels the best as far as the controls. It just feels really smooth. The movement is really good. The traversal, I do think some of the backtracking is a little more of a headache compared to the older Metroids, though. If I'm going to be honest, I don't mind the sort of Nemesis style robot. What were they called again?
The Emmys.
Yes. Thank you. The Emmys. I didn't totally mind them. I thought it was just kind of something that they threw in to throw you off compared to some of the other enemies. Just something kind of to change the pace a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But
they wanted you to feel weak for a little bit there.
Yeah. But then you reap the reward. Once you defeat them, you actually gain like a pretty great reward from that. And then the boss fights are fantastic.
Very epic.
And actually being able to interact in like what sort of looks like a cutscene, but actually firing your blaster or actually charging it up fully and shooting at the boss was really cool. Mm-hmm. Just looked really cool. I don't know. I mean, I think it is an excellent game, but I mean, if you guys wanted Rise to be above that, I would be perfectly fine with that. So I for sure think it's an excellent game, but I'm not like this needs to be number one. So
why don't we do? And maybe Tim's gonna get to that. So sorry if I'm cutting line, but why don't we just do like to me these 3 objectively are pretty equal. Like obviously they're different games, but they're pretty equal as far as quality. Why wouldn't we just vote like? You know how we do that scale of like I give Monster Hunter Rise a 3, I give Metroid Dread a 2, and Shin Megami a 1.
I think it'll come down to that. It sounds like because we've got like I would have Metroid Dread first.
That's why
you would have Rise first. Kyle has Shin Megami first. So, Jeff, have you played Metroid Dread? I know you didn't play the other 2 extensively. You played the Rise demo. You didn't play Shin Megami, but you did play Metroid or no?
Yeah, I played Metroid for like an hour or 2. It's not. I mean, I have no dog in this fight. Metroid's the best one out of all these, in my opinion. But my opinion matters very little.
Yeah, about time you recognize, bro.
God damn it! You know, you show up for the last like 30 minutes and just dude shows up the last 30 minutes. Hostility, just
now, Derek. I think you're the only one who's played all 3 because I've played Dread and Rise.
I played all 3.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle. Yeah, so Kyle and Derek. So really, I want to hear from you 2 on not just
how the 2 people that actually matter on this podcast.
Give me the pros. Give me the pros and cons of Metroid because I already heard you talk about Shin Megami and you loved it. We talked a little bit about Rise. We could talk more about it. But Metroid Dread, I know, Kyle, you love the series. This one didn't click with you at first, at least.
It didn't click with me at first, and I started getting it, and then I just kind of moved on to other things afterwards, like right as I was kind of getting it. I think it's super high quality, and if it ended up being number 1, like I super wouldn't care at all, to be honest. But it's just not my number 1. I think, Rise would probably be a better like number one collectively. Like it sounds like a lot of us played it and a lot of us respect it. But Dread is also right there as well, especially with two people who have beaten it and really loved it. So,
and that's even with Shin Megami being your personal one. You wouldn't push
I
it
mean,
out.
yeah, I can concede to that being third.
Okay.
Happily, just because I know the other two have been played and really enjoyed. Unless Derek, like you have something to say about Shin Megami. That's the only other person who played it. So
yeah, and I only played a little bit, so third is completely fine.
yeah, I think I'm happy.
Well, then, Derek,
I'm totally fine with that.
what gave Rise the edge over Dread for you?
I'm gonna be honest. I think Dread should be 1, and then Rise 2, and then Shin Megami. The reason I say that is we've got 2 people that beat Dread and then loved it. I haven't beat any of these games because I wasn't committed to any of them. Now, why do I like Rise a lot? Because it's actually a really good game. I only played a couple hours, but it's really good. And then I pre-ordered it on PC because that's where I'm going to really play it. Yeah. It is limited on the Switch, but the Switch didn't... Like, I'm not picking the PC over the Switch because the Switch version is lesser. I'm picking the PC version over the Switch because I'm a PC master race. I still think they did like a really good job, and I think it's probably the best Monster Hunter across the board. Again, only played the first couple hours, but that's the quality of how they did the gameplay. Everything was stepped up, and they already did an amazing job with Monster Hunter Worlds. Yeah. So I'm expecting, and that's why I'm super excited for Rise on PC. But the reason I say Dread should be 1 is because I thought Dread was good. I played a couple hours of that too. And then I moved on because I knew it's just not my thing. It's not that the game was bad, and so therefore I quit because it's bad. I quit because I'm like, this isn't a game that when I walk away from it, that I go, I didn't beat it. Like, I have games now that I'm like, I haven't beat it yet. I need to go back to it. Dread's not one of those. So
I gotcha.
For me, objectively, Dread should be 1, Rise should be 2, and then Shin Megami Tensei 5 at 3. I think those are a really, really good top 3.
No, I remember playing Monster Hunter Rise with Kyle, and I think we kept saying several times, like, how does this look so good and play so well?
It does. It looks good on the Switch.
Yeah,
it really
surprising.
does.
It's they did some incredible stuff there. I think I got about 10, 12 hours total in that game. I really enjoyed it.
I got about the same amount. Yeah.
Killed a whole bunch of monsters. Loved my time with it. But I just felt like Metroid Dread was probably my favorite of the side-scrolling entries in that series, and that includes Super Metroid, which is one of my it's on my like all-time favorites list. I think Dread was better than that. I agree with Dan. Some of the backtracking got frustrating, but for some reason I was just so determined that when I got stuck, it didn't frustrate me like it maybe would have other times. So and you can get stuck in that game where you're like, I don't know where to go.
That's what I was gonna say. We got that little joke about smart games, and that Deathloop is just too smart for most gamers.
I mean, it's not a joke; it's true. Obviously,
it is true. But Metroid Dread is the same way. Like when I was playing it, I was now granted I decided to buy the game because I got the new OLED Switch, and I was at that time working in the office. I'm not now, and so I was like, I would literally have my phone up with the walkthrough there, and then I'd be playing as I'm watching this guy walk through, because I was like, I'm not going to waste my damn time trying to figure out where this game wants me to go, because the game doesn't tell you a lot, and then when it does tell you stuff, it's kind of like, they want you to read. They want you to read.
They want you to read.
Yeah, there's like hidden walls and like the map, like there's something later on where you find that helps you find those hidden walls. And I remember finding one point where I was stuck. I had to find a video, and then when I got to that point in the video, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like, because it's not showing even with that thing that you find in the game to find the hidden walls.
I hit a couple of those moments too, and I got close to looking it up, and I'm so glad I didn't. In the same way that when you guys play a Souls game, which you like more than I do, I like some of them. And you finally beat that boss that seems impossible. Yeah. That rush of like, I figured it out. I get that. I know it sounds crazy, but I get that same rush of I figured out what I was supposed to do next. I figured it out on my own. I didn't need help. That makes sense. So to me, it was a rush, and I enjoyed it. But I totally get how that's not a super plus for everyone. But it does sound like Metroid Dread has the #1 vote from Dan, Jeff, and even Derek.
I think it gets bonus points also because your son beat it on hard mode.
Yeah. He did.
So that's pretty cool.
My son beat it
But-
on normal, which I found to be incredibly challenging. That final boss was really tough, dude.
Dude, that guy, yeah.
And I mean, I died a lot on that boss fight, figuring out
Yeah.
his patterns. And so, and
Mhm.
he was, he had like I think I told you guys this, the tears in his eyes, his palms were sweating. He was mad. His face was red. And I could
Knees
just,
weak,
I was,
arms
and
are
I kept,
heavy.
I kept telling him, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Eminem.
Mom,
I kept,
Spaghetti's nervous.
I kept telling him, I was like, dude, it's really okay. Like, either I can help you or it's not a big deal if you don't finish it, or just, take a break. And he just kept going like, I can do it. And I was like, do you want me to help you? I can do it. Like, and I loved that because he did it. And the look on his face after he beat it, he was so excited. Not only did he do that, he went through the entire game on the next difficulty level and beat it again. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, now you're just showing off. And I don't like this. I don't like
You're not allowed to play anymore.
Yeah. You're
When
10.
the student becomes the master.
You're 10. You're making me look bad over here. But anyway, it does sound like we've got 4 first place for Metroid Dread, and then Monster Hunter Rise, I think, comes in second. With
I like the demo. It's
That's
just
fine.
I already recognize in the demo like I don't have time for this game. Like I just won't. I'm unwilling.
They're always a grind. If it's
Yeah.
like if you're gonna start a Monster Hunter game, it's an 80-hour game, and
Mhm.
you're gonna be killing the same monsters for 80
Yeah.
hours. But
Although they've done better with the recent ones, don't you think?
I was
Like,
gonna
it's
say,
less-
but they add these quality of life things that just kind of make them funner to play, and
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
that's why I check out these games all the time.
they've been mixing it up a little more, and they even give you missions that are like you go out into that same area, and it just
Yeah.
helps you get familiar with it. It's like collect 5 of these mushrooms or whatever, and that's it. And then you
Or
finish.
just
that
go to
just
this
like-
specific spot on the map.
Mhm.
Like,
I
oh,
just
there's a
like
shrine
those
here.
games because I don't like playing with randoms in a lot of games, but there's certain games
Great
that
in this.
you can play with randoms and it's like you rarely are gonna have to deal with bullcrap. And this is one of them. Monster Hunter franchise is one of them, and then even Destiny. Like if you play like their strikes and stuff like that, you rarely get a headache from playing with people. It's just everybody knows what they're doing, and then
Dude.
the ones that don't know what they're doing, they're not gonna hold you back too much.
I'm telling you, like whenever I get into a Monster Hunter game, this is totally not racist, so don't take this out of
Oh no,
context.
it's the Asians.
Here we
They
go.
kill it.
Whenever you see a Japanese name, I'm like, we are totally killing this
Boom.
monster. It's gonna be the fastest it's ever happened.
Dude, I'm with Kyle on that. That happens so many times on Monster Hunter World. Every time I jump in online multiplayer and I'd see like Ching Chong Chang, I'm like, dude, we're
God damn it.
We are going all the way to the
God
top.
damn it. God damn it.
We're gonna kill extra monsters along the way too. Like, it's,
But do you know what? Like, that's never been not true though. It always works
it's
out.
always true.
No, I
Back in
have
the-
the scientific data to back
Yeah.
this up.
Back in the
It's
day,
never
when-
like you never get in there and you're like, dude, catch up, whatever you're ping or whatever your name.
Yeah.
Like, catch up over here. Like it never happens. It never
They're
happens.
always
remember-
smarter and better. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, they are.
Yeah.
I remember the stories of like Resident Evil, like some Asian kid like beating it with just the knife. I'm like, are you kidding me? How is that
Yep.
even possible? Like, I don't understand.
They're
Makes no
better.
sense.
You're
Yeah.
better than
All right, well,
us.
that's
I
our
don't
top 10 for
Hear that,
Nintendo.
Jeff?
Pretty
I
solid
hear
year.
nothing. You guys were all muted when you were talking.
know. Whatever.
Pretty solid year for Nintendo. Didn't have a Zelda or a Mario, but still had some pretty solid stuff. So number 10 was New Pokemon Snap. 9 was WarioWare. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Cruisin' Blast, Eastward at number 6. And then top 5 is No More Heroes at 5. No More Heroes 3. Bravely Default 2. Shin Megami Tensei 5 comes in at 3. Monster Hunter Rise at number 2. And Metroid Dread at number 1. I'm with you. The top 3 are all kind of interchangeable based on personal preference, for
Yep.
sure. But yeah, really
Okay.
solid year for Nintendo. I liked that year.